Okay, so today I'll be telling you about how computer works or the computer architecture. So basically the components in a computer are CPU, RAM, and then this RAM is like in a memory which consists of RAM, HDD, SSD. Then there are these input output devices, and then there's this operating system in which your computer is working. So operating system could be Windows, Linux, Mac OS, or anything. The RAM or the CPU is like Intel, AMD, so CPU is kind of that. And then there's the RAM, SRAM, DRAM, and all. So the CPU is like the most important kind of a most important or the brain of a computer. So how it works is, it works like if everything that goes inside and outside of a computer is basically done or programmed or calculated through a CPU. So it's like the brain of a computer. So how does it work is, it has this controlling unit in it, it has these transistors in it, it has these logical unit and arithmetic unit. So basically computer doesn't understand the basic command that we give it. It is being translated into the language which computer understands, that is binary. So so there's this transistors in CPU, which supposedly one transistor has two values which could be true, false, or 0, 1, 1, 0, and two transistors could have like 16 values and like that. So what CPU does is, it works on an instruction cycle. So what instruction cycle is, it's just, it loads the data from the memory, then it takes the instruction from the memory, whatever he has to do, and it provides the output, and it is being provided to the memory again. So that is what is CPU does. So everything that you give command or anything you give to a computer, it is basically done through CPU, and then it is being given back to you. Then CPU takes command, just like I told you, CPU takes command from memory and everything. So there's this address bus, data bus in between. So these commands or these transfers are done through them. So CPU takes, with the help of data buses, CPU takes the data and gives back the address of it to the memory again. And that is how CPU and memory are being connected to. And there's this motherboard, that every component of this is being attached to a motherboard, and it's like the brain, or it's just like the most essential part in a computer, I'm saying. So that if everything CPU and all these components are attached to a motherboard, then we have this after that memory, we have this memory. In this memory we have, how the memory is differentiated or distributed. It's like it has RAM, it is consist of HDD and SSD. So RAM is like the fastest, the more you have RAM, the better your computer is gonna perform. Then you have SSD. SSD is like faster, it's like a faster memory, just because the things that you want to know, you could directly access in a SSD. And there's this HDD. Then HDD works in a sequential order. So if you need to access to a particular thing that is present in a HDD, then it has to go to a sequential order, and that's why it is considered as a slow RAM. But what happens is, HDD and SSD, the things that are present in them does not destroy when a computer is turned off, all the things. But in RAM, when the computer is being turned off, everything that is being stored in the RAM is being flushed, and then when it's being restarted, then again the RAM starts working. And then again we have the input and output devices. So once you provide some instructions to the computer or the code or anything, it is being stored in RAM, and then it is being processed in the CPU. So the input and output devices are just like keyboard, mouse, graphic card or disk. So that is like input and output devices. Speakers. So what input and output devices is like, they have these converter in them. So for the input devices, once you provide, like once you are giving some commands to the computer, they have this analog to digital converter in them, which converts your message into the language which computer understands, that is binary. So that converter helps us to understand helps computer to understand what we are saying, and stores and process it accordingly. Then we have, once it is being processed and our output is being converted, output devices have digital to analog converter in them. So what it does is, It just converts all the messages from binary to the language which we understand. And so that is how all a computer architecture and everything is being designed, and it works.